Hello everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and I have a question for you. Let's just say you were going to force a card on a spectator, and at the very end of your magic trick, you had a big reveal. You look at the spectator and you ask them, for the first time, can you name out loud the name of the card that you were thinking of? And you have a choice between two cards to force to them. Which of these two cards do you choose? Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Advice for Magicians, where my goal is to help make you the best possible entertainers that you can be. Now in today's video, I wanted to talk about something kind of interesting. Again, using the situation that we just talked about a minute ago, let's just say you force a card on a spectator, right? They have to think of that card and memorize it, and they have to remember it in about 3 or 4 minutes by the time you get to your big reveal, and you say, name the card that you were thinking of, right? And I'm sure we've all been there where the spectator just really struggles to remember exactly which card they're thinking of, right? So in today's video, I pose a question to you. Which of these two would you use? We're going to get to my answer, which one I would use, right after these announcements. If you haven't already done so, make sure to click the subscribe button and don't forget to ring the bell. That way you know every time I upload a new video. If you'd like to support the channel for just $1 a month, consider clicking the join button or use the link in the video description below. It's only $1 to join and you'll get access to a bunch of really cool stuff right here on the channel, including my tutorials playlist with over 60 tutorials included, and my early access playlist where you guys can watch all of these videos as soon as they're uploaded so you don't have to wait for them to premiere. All of that for just $1 a month, and I'll even shout you out right here on the channel. So ladies and gentlemen, let's please welcome some of our newest members. Please say hello to Explicit, Jim Daly, and Chris Hester. Thank you guys so much for becoming members. It's because of you. It's because of all of my subscribers and everyone that continues to watch, like, and share my videos that I'm able to keep this channel going. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all of the love and support. Now, given the situation before, which of these two cards would I choose? So let's just say we have a card chosen from the deck, right? I'm just going to shuffle through the cards like this. At some point while I'm shuffling, you'll say stop, you'll look at a card and you'll remember it, okay? Perfect. I'm not going to look. Say stop. Right there. You're thinking of that card. It gets lost into the deck. I do a bunch of other stuff. 2-3 minutes go by, and now I look at the spectator. They have a deer in the headlights look in their eyes because they know it's coming. What card were you thinking of? And they're just like, shoot, I don't know. I don't remember. Or you say, you were thinking of the 8 of clubs. And they look at you and they go, nope, wasn't that one. You know for a fact that's the one they chose. You freaking forced it on them, right? So now you're second guessing yourself. Wait, did I force the wrong card? Which card were you thinking of? I was thinking of the 8 of clovers. Right. All right. So this brings me to my point now. I did a video not too long ago, maybe last week or earlier this week, depending on when I decide to upload this video, where we talked about playing cards. And have you ever gone into a store, a supermarket or something, and you asked the person working there, do you guys have any playing cards? And just look at you like, what the heck is a playing card? Playing cards are not quite as common as they were back in the day, especially with cell phones and social media and Facebook and YouTube and online gaming and all of this stuff. People don't really have a need to just have playing cards lying around their house to keep themselves entertained. There's just so many other ways they can do that. So decks of cards, playing cards specifically in people's houses, are just becoming less and less common. So it makes sense that less and less people know exactly what the names of the symbols are, right? So that's why when I propose to you guys, do you want to use this one here or this one here? There are a couple of different things that I like to think about before I make this decision. Number one, let's look at the 4 of hearts. The hearts are symbols that people already recognize. It's super easy to see. It's a heart. It's big. It's red. It stands out, right? And the number 4 is also a small lower letter. it's easier to remember. And if for whatever reason they can't see very well the actual index on the card, they can just count the pips. 4 hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes it really easy. Now let's contrast that over here with the 10 of clubs, right? The 10 of clubs, there's a lot of symbols on here. They kind of start to blur together after a second. So if you're trying to count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's kind of hard to try to actually count those symbols. 10 is a larger number. At least 10 is a multiple of 5, so maybe 5 or 10 might be easy to remember. Let's just say like this was like an 8 of hearts or a 9 of hearts. Might not be so easy for them to, or of clubs, excuse me. Might not be so easy for them to remember. Also, the symbols, specifically the clubs and the spades, are symbols that most people are not familiar with, specifically the clubs. Most people kind of know what the spades are if they're going to not know what one of these two are. The clubs are usually the ones that they don't know. Usually they say clovers, or I've heard someone say like the puppy feet, right? So having said that, again, using a card like the 3 of diamonds would be a good idea because there's 1, 2, 3, easy for them to see, and most people know what diamonds are. But in my personal opinion, a low heart card is almost 90% of the time what I am going to force, especially if there is some kind of big reveal. Now, on my channel here, members have access to my tutorials. I teach a trick called drawing a blank. And the way that the whole routine goes is I show them a blank card, I have them think of one, and at the end of the routine, I ask them which card were they merely thinking of. They tell me. I print that card, and then I print the whole deck of cards. The entire premise hinges on them being able to instantly identify the card that they chose, right? So when I look at them and I say, which card were you imagining? And they don't remember. They don't know what the club was. They don't know what number it was because they just didn't get a chance to see it. They might just make up a card and then the whole thing falls apart. But if it's a really easy to remember one, like a 7 of hearts, or a 3 of hearts, or a 2 of hearts even, they're going to have an easier time remembering that card. So when I look at them and I say, what card are you thinking of? They can confidently say 2 of hearts, right? Because they're just familiar with that symbol and they were able to count the pips, and the number 2 is an easy one for them to remember. So these are things that I recommend that you guys keep in mind anytime you're going to do some kind of effect like this, whether it be like a card to lemon or a card to impossible location or something where they have to name the card. It makes it really easy for them to remember exactly which card they're thinking of. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you haven't already done so, click the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the join button and become a member. Link to that is in the description below as well. And if you haven't already done so, visit my website, obrienmagic.com. I have an online store there where you guys will find some of the coolest accessories, books, downloads, all kinds of fun stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.